Already seen
It's 9:35. Yo, what up, what up, what up? It's my boy Jack.
Hey, what up?
We in the building, progress in numbers. It goes down. It's your boy Brian Knockin. What's up with you, bro? How you doing, man?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling, man. I'm thankful for this opportunity.
Dope. I just want to say, man, my boy is dope right here. We're about to drop into a mic drop, and we're about to kick some dope bars. We kind of like already started getting running, so we already started getting running. But my boy Red Baron right here in the building, progress in numbers. We got parties, we got events, we got all kinds of shit, and the progress moves in numbers. And we are rolling in 1, 2, 3.
Hey, what's up?
Drop the beat.
Hey, what's up? Representing progress in that. We rolling. We having some fun today. We got progress in the house. Dust Breaks made this beat. Shout out Dust Breaks. Here we go. Let's have some fun. Hey. Okay. Hey. Like a slow hitter, go get her. We be sleepy forever like I be knitting on a whole sweater. Go get her. Cross out I mashed up. Set her a match up. I just wanna get that bitch a motherfucking Mac truck. Let me hit it from the back down. Let me hit it like a snack down. I know that I'm living while you living on your back down. Standing in the middle while your mom and daddy smack down. Hey, you know how it is. Hey, you know what it is? Is that fun life? Is that fun right? I know this shit be on that one night. Is that who knew? Like a two new. I've been living my life like it's brand new. So let me smoke that in the hatchback. Pop a handle on the minutes and I track that. Hit the funk like that shit from the back. Hit it back while I sip on a snack and I'm hey. You know how it be. You know we all do that shit. Hey. You know what it is? We have some fun with it. We're gonna take it a little faster. Hey. Is that Gucci, Fendi? I just want a Bendy. If I had a silver, I'd get a Wendy. Land another motherfucker out here trying to get his Fendi. And I wanna hit it when he try to get it Fendi. Get that, hit that. Like I'm living in the past, whoops that. Looks like I'm getting past, whoops that. Looks like I'm getting cash, popping it while I'm taking it, talking it. So I'm taking it, kicking it, and I'm hitting all the minutes. And I know that I got it, you know that I bought it. Jamming all these things like you know that I got the money. So I'm thinking on the tank. And I'm making links on the rank. So I don't know if I don't go for the Bobo. And I won't go if they don't post slow. Oh shit. Hey. Shout out to Progress and Numbers. Shout out to all my boys out here today. Shout out to Brian, killing the game all the time. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a fun time. Thank you so much. Yeah, oh my God. That is, okay.
Yo, what's good? We got Jack in the building, J-A-K?
Yes, sir.
What's good, yo? It's another good day. I'm great. I can't complain. You had a dope mic drop.
Thank you so much.
We got 2 good songs in.
2 of them, yes, sir.
I just want to say I like your energy.
Thank you.
I really like your energy. I didn't know what you were gonna do.
You're right.
I didn't know what you were gonna do. Like, so could you tell me some music styles that influence you?
Okay. Well, I think my first ever rapper that I really got into was Ice Cube, like NWA.
Ice Cube?
Yeah, like that was.
Gotta say it was a good
here's
day.
the thing. It was really funny. It was I didn't steal. Okay, I want to preface this, but I never stole.
Okay.
But I borrowed someone's. Like they had the cassette tapes back in the day.
Cassette decks. I have a cassette deck still. I have the GNX on cassette.
Oh shit. Okay. Respect. I respect that.
You respect
right?
that?
Right. That's hype. So then I listened to the entire like NWA album.
Okay.
And I was like, ooh, who the fuck is this? Like the whole like fuck the police. That whole
fuck the police.
And I was like, I like this. Okay. Then I started like getting into it like old school rap, and it was more like we got Eric B and Rakim, we got Wu-Tang Clan. Then I started getting like a little bit of Mac Dre. I was like, oh shit.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I started getting like back then it was like big person was 50 Cent. 50 Cent was big.
Okay.
50 Cent was big. There was Jay-Z was just kind of there. Jay-Z, Kanye came out, and then Section 80 came out with Kendrick.
Okay, Section 80.
Section 80 came out with Kendrick, and I was like, I need this. Like,
You need it?
I like that. I like the lyricism combined with the way that he presented himself.
Okay.
So that's what I liked. It's like, yeah, it's like some hype shit. Like, you know, you're hyped all the time. You're like, oh, okay, you know. But then he had the message behind everything that he said.
Right.
That's what I try to get my music around. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm talking about like drinking and having fun, but like you listen to the lyrics a little bit, then you kind of like see like, oh, okay, what's going on here? And same thing with the other song, Rank, where it was like, it's like, you know, going around and fooling around with a lot of women, but there's like that thing, there's that hookup culture in the Bay Area.
Right.
That's kind of like predominantly, it's on a negative where it's like, you know, it hurts people in the long run. And that
hookup culture?
Hookup culture.
Okay. We're gonna have to get into this. We're gonna have to get.
Hey, hookup.
We're gonna stall on the hookup culture.
Okay. We can talk about it. We can talk about it.
But question first. What's your nationality?
I'm Indian.
Okay, you're
I'm
Indian. Okay.
Yeah.
So being Indian, are you how many lines down are you from?
From India?
Yes.
So my parents were born in India.
Your parents were born in India?
I was born here, yeah.
You were born here?
Yeah.
Okay, for sure. So now is hip hop something in Indian culture that is like?
You know, it's recently gotten really big. You know,
Okay.
it's funny because like there's like these new rappers that are coming out. There's this guy named Hanuman Khan that came out in India. That Wait a Minute, Tell You How You Did. That song that came out blew up.
Okay.
But India has a very big underground rap movement.
Right.
So that's what I've always known. Like I've always known like definitely a lot of underground rappers like Emiway. There's a guy named Cher.
Right,
they also made like a whole movie about the underground rap movement in India.
Right. Growing up as a kid, like listening to all these albums and all these different artists, like how do your family feel get into that?
So it's funny because my dad always was kind of like open with music because he's like music is the expression because he's a singer, like he sings like Bollywood songs and things like that. So he's a performer, he's an artist.
Right.
So he does like that. But then when he found out that I was interested in this stuff and like that side of music, he was very supportive. And so was my mom.
Right.
You know, my mom was a big 80s fan. She loves anything 80s, anything Michael Jackson, anything Lionel Richie.
Right.
So she was always like that.
So they're like us.
They are like
They're
us.
like us.
They're like us. Yeah.
So because I feel like this thing is like black and brown people.
Yeah. I mean, shit.
You get what I'm saying?
The same, bro.
We're brown, right? We're
brown.
We are all from the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like sometimes when people's families like learn other cultures or their kids in other cultures, they're either like shy from it, or they either like, yo, I'm supportive of it, and you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So like I was just figuring out how, like,
exactly. No,
because you got some type of soul in you, right?
Right.
And I wanted to know, where does the soul come, and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What is the derivative of the passion? You feel me? How did you get with Red Baron and all that stuff?
So the way I met Red, so there's open mics in Mama Kin. I don't know if you guys remember Mama Kin. Recently closed down. Rest in peace, Mama Kin. Lovely place. Every Tuesday they had these open mics.
Okay.
And one day me, my boy Dust Breaks, who's my producer, and my boy Ipse, we all said, you know what? Let's just get up on stage and perform something. So I performed a rendition of Swimming Pools by Kendrick.
Okay.
And then I got into my song Nasha, which is also about drinking. So it was like a little medley.
Right.
So apparently, Red was in the background listening to this stuff. Right,
okay.
And so then he kind of like was like, hey, someone asked that guy to come out here. So then I met up with Red, and then I went to his, apartment, and then we kind of like started talking, and then I think like a week or two later, I was performing in Howard's Gumbo out here in San Jose, and that was my
Howard's
first
Gumbo?
Howard's Gumbo.
What's
That was my first show. It's a restaurant, but like back then they had like a little event center in the back. And
they got gumbo?
We got gumbo. Howard's Gumbo.
Where's that at? Is it still alive?
I'm not sure, but I think it is. it is. It's somewhere.
I never heard
Google
of
it. Y'all need to go to Howard's Gumbo. Howard's Gumbo.
You know what I was saying earlier? I was like, there's so much black shit in San Jose, and they don't work it enough, and you don't know black people exist no more. And they had Black Family Day today, and I'm like, I didn't even know it was black people.
Right. So here's the thing. Amazing gumbo. Right. And I performed there, and it was kind of like the beginning of that relationship of manager and artist, and then we just started booking more venues here and there, and then rest is history. And now I'm here. Now I'm sitting with you.
For sure.
I'm honored to be sitting here with you. You know.
Dope. How did you write? Like, how did you write your first song or something?
See, my first song was this song called "Remember." Like, it never got released.
Okay.
Never got released. There was a song called "Remember." My boy. I still remember the look on his face when I submitted. I spit it, and he just looked at me and he was all like, "You got to do better, bro." It was a very humbling moment.
Right.
So then I was like, okay. So I started rewriting it, and I just scrapped that song entirely. But my first ever song that I ever did, that I put out into the world, was this song in SoundCloud called Captain Jack. Captain Jack. It was just a piano and then like a very bare bones beat, and it was just me just spitting, just straight, just from A to Z, just kept going non-stop, just rapping.
Okay.
And after that, my first official Spotify release was a song called Imagination with all my boys.
Okay.
And that was, so technically there's like 3 answers to that, but yeah.
All right, so now back to drinking and hookup culture.
Okay. you remember that, okay.
I don't forget shit. I
respect that.
I place words in the back of my head and I unleash them as we go.
Okay.
Right, so drinking and hookup culture. Tell me about hookup culture in the Bay, because you specifically said hookup culture in the Bay.
Culture. Okay, so my song Rank, right?
Okay.
Where it's like, it's a slow pit, a go get, a we be sleepy forever. Like, so, I mean, I want to say like when I was 20, 25, 26, some around there when I was a little younger, 24, like, like the apps came out. There was Tinder, there was Bumble, there was Hinge. So, back in the day, we just go up to a girl in the bar and we're like, hey, how you doing? And we talk and, we form a relationship, we go get, but now it's just so easy. Now we just like, be all like, just come through to my place. I'll come through to your place. And we just kind of forget about the social steps to talk to a woman, and we just hook up.
Right.
And that's kind of the culture that's going on in the Bay. And I feel like that's kind of spread around the entirety of, the nation at this point, where it's just kind of like, you don't really talk to women. You just kind of, see them online. You can text them, and then you just meet up with them.
We were talking about your relationship, right?
Okay, yeah.
So now, if it's just, you don't really talk to other people, right? You just like invite them over, and then something happens.
I want to preface this is the old me. It's the old me.
No, I'm not. I'm just trying to learn because, like, I want to get back to what you were talking about when, prior to the social media apps, which I come way prior than this social media apps.
Exactly.
Right. So like I would go out to the bar.
Yeah.
We'd talk. We'd exchange phone numbers. We'd text. We'd call on the phone.
Yeah.
We'd talk.
What happened to that?
We'd actually build bonds. Exactly. Right. It would be come over. Right, so we would talk on the phone, and talk on the phone all night, and then come over, and then we'd spend a night, and then boom, and then next thing she's pregnant, and then next thing we're broken up.
Okay, all right. That's good, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna write that shit.
I'm just saying, you know what I mean? But I just, so like, is this something you're talking about? It's in your music, right?
Yeah.
It's in your song. You're talking about hookup culture.
Yeah, it's big.
And how do you deal with like, do these things affect your emotions? Do these things affect, how you deal with relationships, how you deal with love? Is there love? Does love exist?
So to answer that, I would just say hookup culture, it's fun at first. It's great. It's fun. And just like drinking, you take like 10 shots, you're like, oh my God, this is great.
Right.
But on that 11th shot, you're just like, I hate myself,
Right.
You just get to that moment where you're all like, I can't do this anymore.
Right.
And you just don't want to be a part of this. And that's where I see a lot of my friends, I see a lot of my, cousins and, people that I've known for so long.
Do you have any recommendations on how they could get out of that?
Get off the apps.
Get off the apps?
Get off Hinge, get off Tinder, get off Bumble.
Okay.
If you want to find a real connection, go to a party. Go talk to the girl at the grocery store. Go when you get coffee, be like, strike up a conversation.
How do you, and what would be your recommendation from sparking a conversation to talking about whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever conversation you spark to like getting coffee, to getting a drink, or to getting some burgers, or what would be your recommendation to the young people or whoever is watching and listening to you?
Just about like how to engage in
how do you approach a potential person that you're interested in?
Well, here's the number one thing, okay? Write this down. No, I'm just kidding.
Write this down.
Write this down. Is that if you go to a place to find someone, the location is very indicative of the character of that person. So if you're going to a club,
right, okay.
If you're going to a club, you're going to a place that is just known to like you're just there to fool around.
Right.
You're gonna be with someone that wants to fool around.
Okay.
You meet someone at a bookstore, you know that person is there to read, someone who's like kind of homely. You meet someone at the grocery store, that person is, doing something like, trying to take care of themselves. But if you meet someone at like, I don't know, like the fucking, like a weed pop-up store, like, you're gonna have.
What's wrong with meeting somebody at the weed pop-up?
There's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you're into, that's what you're into.
That might be the perfect place to meet you. If you're at the pop-up,
if you're a stoner,
and the person, there was actually
this
chick at the pop-up, and she kept talking to me, and I was like, "What's up? What's your phone number?" And she's like, "Oh no, I'm not here for that." I'm like, "Well, like we're smoking weed. Let's hit some dabs together." And I was like,
might as well.
Maybe she has a boyfriend. Well. I don't give a fuck about her boyfriend.
That's the thing, right? But like,
well, it's not that I don't give a fuck about her boyfriend. Let me recorrect that.
We're doing a lot of recorrections.
No, well, I care about your boyfriend. So if you're in a relationship and I'm single, there's no, like we can't build no healthy shit off that, right? So you really can't build a healthy relationship off of somebody. You know what I mean? But like, do you talk about? So is this something that because you kept saying this song is about that?
It is.
So how do I
get away from it?
Or how do you put these things in your music and make them relevant in your music? And I feel like music is about relating. So somebody art, right? Art is a picture that we paint, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So like you're making things that maybe people might think the same. That's why I started asking you when you talked about hookup. I don't really drink, so like I don't drink.
Oh, okay.
Like I've drank in the past. I mean, I've had my stints in alcohol and shit. I'm more of a pothead. So like I'm gonna holler at you at the pop-up, girl. Crazy. But you get what I'm saying? Like people relate to everything. Like that's what people used to always tell me. Like you have topics that are very relatable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you could grasp and pull somebody in, like pull their heart in with the things that you went through, maybe it's not just one woman that could relate to your music. It's 50,000 women that could relate to your music, and they fall in love with you, and they fall in love with your style, and they fall in love with your swag, and you know what I mean? Like,
right. No, I get that. I respect it.
So how do you feel about that though?
I don't know. That's a good question. That's really a good question. How would I feel about like all like, women predominantly getting into my music? It's funny enough, a lot of women do not like my music.
Okay.
So it's a lot of dudes. Like, this is weird, but I see, a lot of guys just come up to me and like, man, that was really good. Like that sort of stuff. So, but when I do get like, women fans and things like that, I just try to keep that separate. I don't try to engage in any type of, behavior that's like, like, oh yeah, let's go out because of my music.
Right.
I try to keep that a little bit, just because I have dated a fan in the past.
Right.
It just never went well.
Nah, dating fans don't work.
Yeah.
But like she could turn into your fan. You don't have to let her know you do music.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
But even that, like, you know what I mean? Like Chris Brown, all those women are his fans at his show.
That's true.
I saw the one dude, he was like, he had his wedding at the Chris Brown show and let his girl be the fan of like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like, you know what I mean, in reality, like if you're like, you're cool with yourself, like I really don't give a fuck if my girl loves an artist or she's like super, every fucking body has their fucking, I would do this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But I will say, I preface it, I love my women fans. I have a lot, and I love them. They're so sweet. They're very generous, and they're just amazing. And they're also the most supportive. They are the most supportive. They break bread.
We love y'all.
The most supportive fans are women fans. Okay. Hands down. Hands down. Yeah.
So do you have any projects that are streaming right now?
Yeah, actually, I just released a song with my boy Dosage. It's called Slap 1 Dap 2.
Okay.
And it's a fun. I don't want to say nothing about it, but it's just a fun track. Like it's just something you put on in the club, something you go work out with, something you want to turn up. That's the song to do. But I also have a couple of other songs in the pipeline, little love songs coming through. It's got a song called Someone I Can Roll With, and a song called
Love Songs?
Love Songs.
Dope,
I got some love songs. It's a little deviation from what I'm used to. It's called Someone I Can Roll With. I got Separate Ways coming out. So we got some songs with a very talented artist named Rich Music.
Right.
And
Okay.
yeah, no, there's some projects in the pipeline, some already.
So do you
yeah.
feel like in this day and age, it's better for you to hit on songs, or it's better for you to focus on a whole full release, or what's your goal with that?
So I actually released an entire album already.
Okay.
It's called Story of the Crow. It's actually based off of
Story of the Crow?
Story of the Crow.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually an old story my grandmother used to tell me.
An old story.
Yeah. It's like, I don't want to say it's an Indian story because I've heard it's like a Greek story.
It is, okay. Well,
yeah, so we'll call it Indian. It's okay.
Right.
And so it's a story about this crow that flies around and is really thirsty, right?
Okay.
So it sees like a pot, like a little vase, and on the bottom is like a little bit of water. So it can't reach that water. So what it does is it goes around, flies around, and gets as many stones as possible, and pours or drops it into the pot, and then the water level rises, and then it drinks. So I feel like my entire album was kind of like those little pebbles. Each stone was like a little pebble. It was like a step up to kind of quench my thirst for music.
Okay.
So that was what the whole envision of that project was. It's a really fun project that I worked with my boy Dust Breaks. Amazing producer. He's an EDM producer. So I've been actually working with EDM songs with him too.
Okay.
So
you do EDM type music too?
I do.
Okay, for
We
sure.
just released a song called Crossed.
Okay.
And it's
Are you rapping on those, or you harmonizing?
I'm rapping. I'm
Okay.
rapping on those. So it's
Dope.
it's a little different. You don't see a lot of rappers going to EDM, so it's
Right.
It's very different. But so to answer your question, long-winded answer. Right now, I'm trying to focus on like mini projects, like
Mini projects.
like a mini EP, you know,
Right.
like a 3-song EP, or like one song and a 3-song EP, one song and a 3-song EP. But in the back burner, I am working on a bigger project.
Okay.
Something a little bigger, something a little more different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah.
What? Like, I know you said your grandmother used to read that to you.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes like things that like from our past or that we're close to stick out with us. How long was it in your brain to like use that as some type of structure?
That's funny you say that because it's weird because it's always like something my grandmother still talks about to this day.
Till this day.
To this
She's with
day.
you? Okay, for
She's
sure.
with, yeah. So she's back home in India, and you know,
sure.
every time I visit her, she always tells me stories about the past.
Yeah.
So I actually, like, right before I made the album and everything, like even created the album, I had gone back to India to visit, you know, family and things like that. And it's funny because she brought that up, and I hadn't thought that, you know, I hadn't thought of naming the album that, right? So
Right.
she had brought it up. And then the entire process, I did the entire album. I wrote everything. I created a structure for it. And then, like, I realized what it was about, kind of. And then I structured it based off of that story of the crow.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
How often do you go back to India?
I try to go back every other year.
Wow.
So it's been a while, actually. You know, it's been about 3 years now, just because it's expensive. Just those flights are expensive.
Right.
So I try to go back every other year. But yeah. So I think I'm gonna go back this year.
Okay,
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
When you talk about like this song is about drinking, right?
Right.
How do you feel about like alcoholism?
Ooh, that's a good question.
A lot of times, so because like I said, I'm a pothead, right?
Right.
A lot of times there's this statement that you guys who smoke weed are drug addicts. You guys are, y'all admit it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh gosh, just leave me alone. Could I just like enjoy my marijuana in my peace?
I feel like alcohol is a bigger addiction, though.
Right. Okay.
It's a big.
So it is an addiction.
It's a much bigger addiction.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, there are people that love alcohol as something to taste. Like, I'm a whiskey drinker. I'm a whiskey taster.
Okay.
I don't want to call myself an aficionado, but
You're not a connoisseur, but
I
you
guess
just.
I am a
Right,
connoisseur
okay.
of some sorts. I like going out.
What's your favorite whiskey so far?
My favorite of all time is this Akeshi, an Akeshi Japanese whiskey. It's an Akeshi.
That shit is probably good though. See,
It's
that's
so
the type
good.
of. I'll take the shot. I'll take the shot of the
It's a sipper.
The good. I'll
Yeah.
take the sip of the
Yeah.
bourbon or the
Yeah.
whiskey, the super classy. Those don't fuck with my stomach or anything.
Right,
I'll
right,
take
right.
the shot
Yeah.
of that. I'll sip on it with you. You know what I mean? Like if I don't. Yeah.
Hey, next time I'll get the bottle.
Okay,
I'll
for
get
sure.
the bottle and we'll take a little sip. But yeah, no, right now that's my favorite whiskey. It's an
Okay.
Akeshi. Yeah, it's a beautiful bottle. Japanese whiskey. They really perfected it. I don't know what they did, but they perfected it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you feel like that How do you feel like it affects families?
You know, here's the thing. I have a friend that has gone through the 12-step program, and I saw what it did to his family.
Right.
There's two sides. Either your family is in complete, support of you, and then, or they just kind of push you aside. Just be like, we don't want to deal with that individual. And at that moment, it's just, that's where the addiction either spirals or skyrocket. Spirals down where it's like, I gotta keep drinking. But if you have your family with you, it's definitely something to kind of bolster your addictions and things like that.
Right.
You know?
Right.
We're having some fun with this one. All about those drinkers out here, I'm a drinker. I love drinking. I have fun with it. And I'm thinking, let's have fun. All right, here we go. Let's pour one out. Hey. Pour out a drink when I'm thinking of one. Pour out a think when I'm living in fun. Two for the record, I see that you're stunned. Quicken the shot so I live for someone. I know that I need it, I see that I feed it. I'm feeling so empty, but I will repeat it. Awaken my faith, those bottles are shaking. I'm popping them shots, fading. Hey! In a liquid dimension, I'm double my vision. I'm numb, but I'm feeling alright. Don't care if I'm damaged. Hey, do I drink with my thoughts? Call it in vain. People at it telling me I'm insane. Pouring too much and I'm dealing with pain. Better off dying, I'm locked in my brain. Drink from my sorrow, follow my grave. Good, I just borrow, a piece of it paid. Words in my mouth that I swallow away. I turn up that music and drown in the play. I know that I need it, I see that I feed it. I'm feeling so empty, but I will repeat it. Awaken my faith, those bottles are shaking. I'm popping them shots. Hey, I'm good. In a liquid dimension, I'm double my vision. I'm numb, but I'm feeling alright. Don't care if I'm damaged, depressed, but I'm hanging and falling behind. Hey, thank you so much for coming out, watching me. Shout out to Progress and Numbers. Shout out to House of Oscars, who's on this. Shout out to Dust Breaks for making all this happen. Thank you so much to Brian for killing the game all the time. I just want to say one thing. I'm doing fine. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
We doing fine.
Jack was like, yo, can we get some burgers? We are live, we're at Campus Burger. Oh, shouts out to the new bags. So the bags, we getting the bag. It's real. In the fields. Let's see, I'm kind of hungry.
Oh, I'm hungry.
I had already ate, but I'm hungry.
You can be hungry again.
See, bro, we got.
What is that, a cheeseburger?
I think that's for you.
That's me? I bet. Oh, I see the cheese on this. Oh, damn. Okay. We're trying everything today.
You feel me?
Hell yeah, we gotta put that campus
right there.
This is the spot.
This is the spot. We're at the Campus Burger. Shouts out to Campus Burger. The bags gotta always be. The bags always gotta be. I can't wait till they get the Campus Burger French fries.
Damn, look at that.
Man, we can split
look
these.
At that. Look at these.
Yeah,
Hell
facts.
Yes. Hell yes.
But yo, so I'm here with Jack. What's your Instagram handle?
It's jak.officialmusic.
Okay.
So jak.officialmusic. You just follow me anywhere.
Like my boy said,
Yes, sir.
He got into hip hop listening to the greats. So anytime somebody, an artist in 2025 mentions the greats.
Obviously, man. Come on now.
When you mention Eric B. and Rakim,
That's my shit.
I came in the door.
Paid in full. Paid in full, baby.
If you say some stuff like that in 2025 to me on camera, you're good. I respect your craft.
Well, thank you.
I respect your craft.
Thank you.
Because that means that you studied and you learned from the masters, right?
They're the best.
Yes,
they're the best.
All the people that you named, even up to Kendrick, are people who came from who gave us the toolage of what it means to be a hip hop artist. Culture, I feel like one thing that I started living by in the fact that this is my culture. KRS-One told me one day. KRS-One told me this one day. He said, "You are the president of hip hop." And what I mean by you are the president of hip hop, it's up to you to take what you learned from me and to be the president in your own right and uphold it to the standard that it needs to be upheld.
I agree.
I was at a concert, Kung Fu Vampire. You know what's so crazy?
Yeah,
you know Kung Fu? That's my doggy dog. Kung Fu Vampire. We're gonna get the episode in pretty soon. That's my doggy dog. No, for real, that's my dog.
Hey, I fuck with him.
But it was at this club in Santa Clara, and he had KRS-One, and my boy was filming me, and that's when I was, man, I've been doing shows like this. I don't even, this like had to be like 2009 or something.
I bet.
And my buddy was just walking around with a camera following me and filming me doing interviews with people, and I was talking to KRS-One. Like,
that's fucking dope. That's fucking dope.
But we as hip hop people in 2025, we have to uphold the culture, right? I feel like, you know, the culture has spread so much, right? All nationalities are welcome. We support everybody, right? Everybody could have their crowd. Everybody could have their fans.
Yeah.
But you should be speaking the truth and be bringing the true light into the culture. You should not be disrespecting the culture. Exactly. You should be adding your flavor, your pizzazz, your love, bring the flavor in and bring the love in. Yeah. And everybody can grow and everybody can thrive. This is California, and California is a.
Oh, you want a burger? You gotta get a burger.
Y'all want some?
I just had 2 of them.
You got 2? Huh?
Just say you had 2 of them. Okay.
Anybody didn't get one?
Yeah, Ali didn't get one.
All right, for sure.
I'm gonna eat this burger.
You're good.
Cheers, man. Cheers.
Shout out to Campus Burger.
Campus Burger.
But you get what I'm saying? So we just gotta respect the culture. We gotta love the culture, and we gotta live the culture. And
because we are the culture.
That's what one of my friends told me. He said, Brian, you are the culture. You feel me? Like, don't let nobody tell you you're not. Don't let nobody disrespect what you do, what you bring. Every time I drop a show, it's like, I love seeing you out in the public, doing your thing, representing. And that's what it's all about. Representing the culture, being about the culture, and bringing the culture to life. What would you do if you weren't rapping?
Fuck, that's a good question. If I wasn't rapping, I mean, I do like what I do, you know, my day job. I'm a scientist.
You're a scientist?
I'm a scientist.
My dog.
Scientist. So, yeah, I work with small molecule drug molecules. So I work with drug delivery systems.
I didn't ask you all that, but I'm glad you dropped those bars on me.
But yeah, no, that's what I do, and I love doing it. It's fun. I love research. You know, it's my thing. Yeah, I love researching. You don't get money in research, though.
You don't get money in research? Just like rap?
Yep. 2 times the broke.
5. Now we got Donald Trump in the fucking office and
he ain't giving none of it.
None of that shit.
Nothing.
Okay, Jay, y'all motherfuckers voted for these bitch ass crackers.
Hey, man. Okay, first of all, they cut funding for the arts and then they got funding for the sciences. I'm like, that's my whole personality, bro. Like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do?
They cut DEI. They probably like get him out of the scientist
like,
move.
We're like, who is this Jack guy? And fuck his entire life for right now, man. This is how it is.
So sorry.
It's okay.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
We'll get through this.
We'll get it
together. Hey, but so scientists really don't make money?
Like the high level ones.
Right, okay.
But like, since I do research, research doesn't really get money. But like if I was working in like a big biopharmaceutical company, then yeah.
Right.
But I don't. I do it mainly like for like in-house research and just be like more like.
You make an honest living though.
Yeah, 100%. No, I'm happy where I am. Just, you know, there's money elsewhere that I could, but I don't because I don't like the whole like stigma behind this biopharmaceutical, you know, upcharge the medications and then, you know, 100, like 200, 300%. Free Luigi all the way.
Me and Jack is having the ball.
Bring him fucking back. He did nothing wrong.
But I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. Welcome to the Overnight Celebrity Show, where we have great conversations. We have great conversations. I'm sitting here with Jack. So now, college, right? What college did you go to?
I went to SF State.
Okay, so you went to SF State.
Yes, sir.
You were studying.
Biology with an emphasis in physiology.
I started putting all this together. So now you graduated. Now you're working in the field. You could be. How does your creative goals assist in your career life?
You know what's funny? Actually, my career life kind of assists with my rap too. Just because I learn all these like fancy words from like the things. I put like random words like, you know, senescence or like half-life or something, you know, something that rhymes, something that works, and kind of like, you know, you change the meaning a little bit and you're like, yeah, I'm talking about half-life of a molecule, but I'm actually talking about the half-life of your career. You know, you're just like, you know, you find creative ways to take your career and the vernacular you get from that and you put it in your rap.
Right.
So I feel like that's what rap is, right?
Right.
Life experiences that is, you know, funneled into your craft.
Right.
So that's what I do, you know?
That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. I like deep people. Like deep people, like you. And that's why my show, like I like to sit down, we eat, we talk. You know what I mean? I don't really have a script on I really don't have a script on my questions because each question is gonna be something different for everybody, right? Like I learned something new from everybody in the conversation, right? I can't say, like I never met you know what I mean? This is our first time meeting, you know what I mean? So like now I'm like getting to know you. I'm like, this dude is hella interesting, bruh.
I tried.
Like, and all you gotta do every day is wake up and try, right?
That's it.
People don't come to work thinking they're gonna be shitty at work unless they're just shitty people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if that's just their brain and that's just how they are wired, then maybe that's how they do it. But like, I'm pretty sure every day you wake up and you're like, I wanna try to be my greatest that I can be.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if not, then what's the point, right?
Right. So, after long days of work, right, how do you unwind?
I go to the gym,
Okay.
smoke some pot,
Okay. Shot of bourbon.
shot of bourbon,
Whiskey.
shot of bourbon, and rent some bars.
You're right, okay.
You know, that's just how it is.
And so, do you own like your own recording equipment or do you go to a recording studio?
So, you know, with the help of Progress, I go to a lot of different recording studios.
Okay.
So a lot of my friends that I've made through Progress, they, you know, like Jehu, great artist, great producer, makes his own beats. He has recording equipment at his place, so I go over to his place and record. I go to recording studios as well.
Okay.
And you know, it's just a dichotomy, right? So a lot of people be like, oh, you have to go to a recording studio to get like the best sounding quality on your track and things like that.
Not really.
Not really.
This is a recording studio right here.
Exactly, right? So my first album I recorded in a closet.
Right.
Like it was my boy Dusty's closet.
Okay.
Closed the closet door, no ventilation, nothing.
Okay.
And all he said was, "I go." That's all I got. And then it was just heat in the summer, just. But we made gold from it, and we just kept going from it.
Wow.
Yeah. So if anyone says like you need to be like going into recording studios and doing all this and that, nah, just get a mic
Right.
and spit right.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And what is spitting right to you?
Say what's on your mind.
Right. Okay. For sure.
Say what's like if you're not true to who you are or how you rap, the bars that you spit out, if it does not come from a place that is genuine, people's gonna recognize that.
Right.
That's just, you know,
Right.
that's just how it is, you know.
Right.
And I feel like the greats have said that back in the day, you know.
Yeah.
Cube said that, you know, Eazy-E, fucking Dre's big on that, where if you don't mean what you spit, then get the fuck out. You know, that's just how it is.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
But another thing,
Okay.
if you spit, and this might be a little controversial. If you spit some shit, and you haven't lived those events, and you haven't done those things,
Okay.
then don't be a pretender. You know, don't pretend like, yeah, I'm running around with the mafia. I'm like, you're not. You're not.
Right.
Yeah, like I'm shooting up. You've never held a gun. Like we know you've never held one.
No.
Talk about what you've been like. You know, I talk about hookup culture. I talk about drinking. I talk about relationships. I talk about problems that I've had in my past. You know, mental issues, things like that. That's what I rap about. That's what I put out.
Okay.
I'm not talking about shooting up a place, things like that. That's, you know, that's disingenuous. And then as soon as you say those bars, you don't have the spine to back it up.
No.
That's it. That's what rap is to me.
You're right.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say before you close out?
Well, I want to say thank you to you.
Okay.
You've done an amazing job. I've seen a lot of your shows. Amazing. Like the way you present yourself, the way you like coordinate everything. Amazing, man. Like this. I mean, it might not be on camera, but you fucking kill it all the time.
Thank you. I appreciate
it all
that.
the time.
I appreciate that.
And just to the fans, I just want to say thank you to all the fans. Thank you to everyone that comes out and sees me. I want to say thank you to my producers, Dust Breaks, Jehu, my boy S'more, my boy Ipse, my boys Dosage and Snake, and all these people out here. So thank you so much. It's not just Jack. It's an army of people. Literally
It's an army of people.
Army of people that's behind me.
Facts.
That's true.
Dope.
But yeah, that's just that's there. Yes, sir.
Hey yo, I'm over here with Jack. Progress in numbers.
Progress in numbers
We in the
all
building.
day.
We got progress in numbers in the back.
Hey.
We just did another one at the Campus Burger. Cameras out as usual. It goes down. We on the motherfucking Instagram. What's up? It's Jack, bruh. What's good, yo?
What up? All day, all day.
Hey, tell
Hey,
them a little bit.
these burgers are good.
These burgers are good, for
burgers are
sure.
good.
Shout out to Campus Burger. Shout out to all my people in there.
Oh,
It's another episode coming up soon, y'all. Peace. Yeah, I just have to do that.
No, you had to. You have to.
Yeah, I had to.
Yeah, you gotta do it.
Yeah, what's your Instagram again?
It's JAK.officialmusic.
At JAK
Dot official music.
We in the building. We got progress in numbers in the back. Okay.
Progress. Yes, sir. Progress in numbers. I gotta tag everybody right now. Red Baron. Hey, Red Baron, you dropped the ad today. Or you dropped the ad on the story. I was like, this nigga got the ad on the story, bro.
I saw that shit. That was good.
It really is, huh?
Progress in numbers.
Fact. Right. Campus Burger. I gotta hit the Campus Burger.
Got
up.
it.
You can't forget about Campus Burger. You
So
feel me?
good.
Fact. But yo, yeah, I mean, I appreciate you, man.
Thank you so much.
It was great. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna do more stuff. We gotta make some music videos or do some more.
Please, I'll be honored.
For sure. Hey, yo, it's Brian Shoes, Brian Knockin'. I'm here with Jack Music, Dope Show. We got some fucking dope shit, so make sure y'all focus and stay focused, man. More shit to come, man.
Yes, sir.
Man, I hope you have a great night, man, and keep, like I said, man, keep doing you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
I love the fact that you were like, I'm a hip hop artist and I'm a scientist, bro. I was like, how often does somebody get to tell you like I'm a scientist? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true. It's
Like I've worked with scientists in the past in day jobs, like, yeah, I mean, I'm like, you gotta do this, you gotta do this, and I'm like, bro, like,
Get the fuck out of here. I got you.
yes, sir.
Thank you.
Bang.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Every time.
Hey, hell yeah.
Burgers were fried too.
Burgers were really fucking good. I ate that shit so quick.